No, actually, all I'm bringing to you is nothing but the truth.
Ooh.
Because I'm a professional, and I just want to, I don't want to BS you. I just want to come up with the way it is. And ever since I saw you in Guardians of the Galaxy, I love you.
Oh.
All I'm saying is I love you.
Thank you.
And
took a turn for the best.
No, well, altogether, you guys, you did a great job. And to be honest,
man.
that was really the reason why I decided to see, or why I wanted to see Jurassic World.
Thanks.
Were you aware of that this would be such a push? Because, whenever you said, okay, I'm going to do Jurassic World, Guardians of the Galaxy was already done for you. So it's
right.
not...
Well, yeah, that's right. And by the time Jurassic World came around, I'd already filmed Guardians of the Galaxy, but it hadn't yet been released. So nobody knew that it was going to be the big, massive hit that it was. And so Colin really took a chance with me, because up until that point, I was really only known for playing a sort of bumbling side character on this TV show, Parks and Recreation. And so we had a few meetings, and he thought that maybe I would be the right guy to play this character. And then once Guardians of the Galaxy came out, both he and myself were very relieved that it was successful and that it worked and the movie was so good, because you just don't know when you're making a movie if it's going to be good or not. And we're like, damn, that's really good. And then we both had that same feeling again. Well, I did, at least, when I saw Jurassic World for the first time. So I was like, well, I remember doing it. It seemed like we were doing something pretty great at the time. I hope it's good. And then I watched it and I was like, yes, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah, but at least you already did the job prior to Jurassic World in order to get in shape. So what was actually more difficult, just to get in shape or actually to maintain shape?
Definitely to get in shape was more difficult than maintaining being in shape. Jurassic World, I came in, I was in good shape. We were filming in Hawaii, so there's a ton of really great outdoor activities to do to keep you in good shape: surfing, paddleboarding, canoeing, hiking, running, all swimming, all that kind of outdoor stuff. When you're on your days off, you're just outside, just being active. So that was actually, it was easier to just maintain than it was to come down from a really heavy weight down to Guardians of the Galaxy weight.
Well, there's no doubt about that. You right now having a run, it's working quite well for you. I mean, Lego Movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, now Jurassic World. Once again, when you got offered that opportunity to work on Jurassic Park, were you already on this level where you said well, I'm an actor, whatever comes across is going to pay the rent, I'm just going to do it? Or was there at least some fanboy minute for you, even having the chance to meet someone like Steven Spielberg and just talk about what it used to be back in the days? Or what kind of actor are you?
Oh, I mean, there's definitely a fanboy in me for Jurassic Park, for the franchise. I mean, I was 13 when it came out in the theaters. I saw it, I lined up to see it. It was a huge part of my childhood, and so I was a fanboy, but less blinded by enthusiasm and more bridled with a little bit of criticism. Like, why are you making this movie? Why are you messing with my movie? This is Jurassic Park. It meant a lot. It's really sacred. You guys know that, right? And so I moved forward into this process. I had a little bit of trepidation in that way. And then Colin told me the character and the story and the idea that the park was going to be open, and it just opened up this door, and I was like, damn, this sounds really good. And and then I ended up reading the script, and I was like, oh my God, I think this could be really amazing. And I shared it with my manager, with whom I share everything and make all my decisions with her. And she was like, I think this is the move. And so I was like, yes. And then the fanboy in me came out. I was like, I'm going to work with Spielberg. I was doing little victory dances in the corner and, getting excited.
But apparently also the past is not only leaving you, because I just saw some pictures of you that you released yesterday. You being in Paris and playing around with some Lego figurines. So is that true? You're going to have your own Lego action figure?
I've already got my Lego Jurassic Owen and the Jurassic Raptors. They're in stores now. You can go get them. They're awesome. I can't believe I didn't bring them with me. They're so fun. Did
you have a chance just to also to talk to them? Say do you mind making me look a little bit more badass?
Oh, this is the third time I've worked with Lego and they've made a minifig based on a character I've done. I got the Lego Movie. I got Emmett in the Lego Movie. Peter Quill and Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy has his own Lego minifig, and now Owen in the Raptors. So I think that's the first time anyone's ever been three.
So are we really done now? It's just your retirement plan? There's just going to be a bunch of sequels to Guardians of the Galaxy, to Jurassic World, because living on these franchises should be sufficient for the rest of your life, or what are you aiming for now as an actor?
I don't know. I don't know that that's true. These movies have definitely changed my life in terms of work and what type of material I now have access to, and great filmmakers who want to work with me. In that way, it's very much a dream come true. But I just want to take each step slowly and a day at a time, and maintain perspective, enjoy the ride while it's happening, but understand that this is all very cyclical, and I'd like to just keep learning how to be a better actor and growing and doing cool parts. And if that means that there are sequels to this, I'll approach them just like I did with the originals, which is like, how do we do this and do it right? It's important to everybody that we don't pimp this out.
And I truly believe that you did so. So thank you so much that you found some time.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm a big fan.
Thanks, bud. To the rest. I appreciate it.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Als ich den ersten Jurassic Park sah, war ich hin und weg. Als wäre das Kino vor meinen Augen neu erfunden worden.
Ich dachte nur, oh Mann, ich will in diesem Film mitspielen. Ich will in den Jurassic Park.
Wegen solcher Filme will man Filmemacher werden, Geschichtenerzähler, Schauspieler.
Der Film war ein Durchbruch. Durch den Einsatz computergenerierter Bilder wurden Dinosaurier zum Leben erweckt. Das war außergewöhnlich.
Als ich ihn zum ersten Mal sah, war das furchterregend, und er ist es noch.
Ich habe eine ganz spezielle Erinnerung an Jurassic Park. Es war der letzte Schultag und damit verbunden dieses Gefühl, alleine im Kino an den Ort zu reisen, wohin einen Jurassic Park transportierte.
Nun Jurassic World zu sehen, ist so, als sei Jurassic Park Wirklichkeit geworden.
Es gibt jetzt einen echten Dinosaurier-Themenpark, den täglich 20.000 Leute besuchen.
Jedes Mal, wenn wir eine neue Attraktion präsentiert haben, stiegen die Besucherzahlen.
Das war der Hammer.
Wir schlagen den Weg des Originals ein. Kein Film hat sich das jemals getraut.
Hierher sehen? Gut.
Die Firma ist der Ansicht, Genmodifikation erhöht den Wow-Faktor.
Sie sollte größer sein als der T-Rex.
Sie haben einfach einen neuen Dinosaurier erschaffen? Keine gute Idee. Was ist mit Ihrer Schwester passiert?
Sie hat sie gefressen. Eins der Produkte ist ausgebrochen.
Cut. That was really good.
Hier zu sein und Jurassic World zu drehen ist irgendwie verrückt, aber auch sehr bewegend.
Es gibt immer wieder Momente, da sehen wir uns gegenseitig an und sagen, was machen wir hier eigentlich? Das ist irre. Es macht so viel Spaß, wisst ihr das? So als hätten wir uns auf eine Party geschlichen.
Alle entdeckten irgendwann das kleine Kind in sich wieder.
Es gibt eine Menge Überraschungen in Jurassic World und ich hatte vollstes Vertrauen in das, was unser Regisseur Colin zustande bringt.
Jurassic World. Ab 11. Juni überall im Kino.
Colin, pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I understand coming up with something like a Jurassic World, that's a big franchise. Were you frightened, or were you quite bold saying like, you know what, I'm the next Steven Spielberg?
No, I never said that. I will never say that. I think that Steven Spielberg is one of those rare artists who achieved something so great over such a long period of time that moved the medium forward in the way that the Beatles did. And no one ever says, oh, they shouldn't say we're the next Beatles, and I'll never say the next Steven Spielberg. But the thing that I admire about him the most is that he took risks with the films that he made, and he made movies that could arguably have been received as terrible or silly or just absolute nonsense. If you have a little boy who's going to make friends friends with an alien and trying to get him home. Before we saw that movie, that may have sounded crazy, and then you see it, and it's a classic. So I was inspired by that, and by trying to push this movie forward into some territory that, if you look at a guy on a motorcycle with a bunch of raptors running around him, it sounds and looks insane. But in the context of a movie, we can bring people with us, and that's what he did the best.
Also, Chris Pratt looked quite handsome. But are we really talking about a risk when we're talking about Jurassic World? Because Robert Hoffman, who is who runs this channel here, he's a huge fan. So apparently, and he's not the only one. With such a huge fan base, this is like a sure shot, isn't it?
Well, there's a difference between financial risk and creative risk, and I would consider the financial risk to be, arguably low. People are going to come see the movie. Whether they like the movie when they see it is what concerns me, and that's my job. And so there are perhaps choices we could have made that might have, been a little bit less bold and pushed it a little bit further into something that is safe. But for me as a filmmaker, I wanted to make something new and different, and I didn't just want to make a carbon copy of what Steven had done, and that's what I tried to do.
Talking about the business, I mean, this is the business. The franchise is supposed to make money. So I understand there's a reason why these days you can't almost work without product placement. But as a director, do you feel like limited, or do you really see more the freedom of having like a higher budget, therefore being able just to accomplish far more? Or is it sometimes that you have to fight with yourself? Because there have been some nice product shots, I would say, having the right car, the right position with the right star. How is it for you as a director working with these kind of industrial standards?
Well, it is part of the filmmaking process at this level, in this day and age. There are two different kinds of product placement that we had in this movie. Some that was part of a relationship that has existed with Mercedes, for example. Since we happen to be in Germany, but since the second film, the Lost World was all Mercedes cars as well, and so that's actually something that was a little bit more fan based in the choice, and also grounded in a reality, in that if you have a theme park like this, I would completely buy that the theme park would have a deal with Mercedes, and that's how, to me, it made sense. Likewise, we have Starbucks, we have Margaritaville, we've got all these real restaurants that I think if you built a theme park that was going to be completely corporately owned, it would be packed full of all of these different places. So it was one of those rare examples where if I'd had fake restaurants, it might have taken people out of it, and I want them to feel like a real theme park, which is completely owned and operated by an entity that is there to make tons and tons of money.
Okay, and the last one, this is the first time that you see like on a billboard actually a talent, an actor out of the movie. So far it's always been like the silhouette of the T-Rex, but this time Chris Pratt is on it. So how important is his role within this movie, and how easy was it to work with him?
We have three posters that we're using all around the world, and Chris Pratt is featured in one, Bryce Dallas Howard in the other, and the third is the Mosasaurus. And so what we felt that was saying is, look, we have three major characters in this movie. We have these two actors, and then we have the dinosaurs. And it was relatively easy to work with all three of them. Chris Pratt is a very affable, honest, earnest human being, and he was easy to find this performance in because part of this person is in him. And likewise with Bryce Dallas Howard, I like casting people who are the characters a little bit. And as far as the dinosaurs are concerned, they just do whatever we tell them to do. So that was easy.
All right, then thank you so much for this new adventure with Jurassic World, and also for your time.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.